Hey, what's up, guys? Check this out. I want to play this call for you. I actually had one of my students reach out to me today. She was doing on-market prospecting. She called an agent and basically said, hey, I'm interested in this property that you have listed. And she was talking numbers on it. And before she got off that call, one of the things I always teach my students to do in my program is to ask the agent if they have any potential off-market listings that we can take a look at and maybe make an offer on it. Now, this agent is actually an investor himself. And he said, you know what, I actually have my own property I'm thinking about selling, and I'd love to maybe offload it, and if you want to make an offer, awesome. So she got a little bit of information, and then she jumped offline, and she basically called me and sent me some information and said, Johnny, what do you think of this property? And the first question I asked was, is he open to creative finance? Mostly when I say that in this regard, I'm talking about seller finance. And the reason seller finance is because right now the cost of money is so high, interest rates are so high, purchase prices are so high that if you acquire a property at today's rates, at today's prices, the amount of money you're paying on the loan usually won't cover the rental income. And so you've got a negatively cash flowing property and there's no reason to buy it because there's no cash flow. So if you can structure seller finance, meaning a really low interest rate, which will allow the property to cash flow, then you can potentially buy it and put renters in there and cash flow the property. Okay, but you got to be able to negotiate that with the seller. And she said, you know, I wasn't super comfortable pitching it. And I said, it's no problem. Why don't we call him now and see if he's available to talk? She called him, he didn't answer. She sent him a text, and about an hour later, she texted me and said, hey, Johnny, he's available. And so I called her so we could do a three-way call with him. And she said, now I'm not available because I'm picking my kids up from school. And the start of the video is basically me saying, hey, why don't you give me his number and I'll just call him myself. I'll record it so you can hear how the call goes and stay in the loop, but see how I would position seller finance. So I want you to listen to this call. And one of the things that I do kind of at the very beginning is I tell him, look, I'm not totally up to speed on this property. I don't know all the details. I just had Sandy send me your information. I just want to wrap with you and kind of get an idea of what's going on here. And I'm doing that because although I do have some of the details, I really don't have all of the details. What I want to do is have a conversation with him, right? So like, tell me about the property. If I go into the conversation and I know everything, there's nothing else to talk about. So I want him to start giving me information about the property. Super cool guy. This dude is really stinking cool. And I basically tell him like, look, the only way this deal will potentially work is if, you know, you're able to do some sort of terms on the property with me. And I even tell him, I said, you know, I kind of position it that way. And he says, look, just send me your numbers. I won't be insulted by your offer. So super cool, because investors like this, they understand what I'm trying to do. So there's no harm in me sending him, you know, my letter of intent, letting him know where I would be on this property, and because he knows why I need to be at those numbers. Okay. So it's good to create these relationships, nurture these relationships, and then always ask for additional like referrals. Like his name's Greg. Hey, Greg, if this doesn't work, you know, maybe when you come across another potential rehab property or whatever, you can send in my direction. I am looking to buy properties because I've created some sort of relationship with him. Now, here's the thing. If you want to learn how to do this, I have a course that teaches you, but not only does my course teach you, you also get access to my team. And that's where everybody needs help. The course is awesome. You're going to learn a bunch of things. But when you get somebody like this who is potentially wanting to sell the property, this is where all new people get stuck. They don't know what to do. So you need to be able to get some details, bring that to an underwriter, me or somebody on my team who can look at it, help you scrub the numbers, help you get a very accurate ARV. Even though you learn that in the course, the first couple of deals you do, you need some help. You need some hand-holding, and that's what my team does. So in my program, it's not only just a 26 lesson video course teaching you all the different things, filling the gaps, but it's also the other side of it, which is my private Discord server for only my members. And in that Discord server, you have a private thread. That private thread, I'm in there, my full-time underwriter's in there, my private money's in there, and my transaction coordinator's in there. So when you have questions, you can ask those questions and get answers, because my goal is to do deals with you. And if that's you and you're looking to get the wheels off the ground, I want to help. Second link in the description is going to get you information on that. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to do some deals with you. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Stick around for the call. Do you want to give me his number?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up in my phone. Just a sec.
Sure.
Hello?
Hi, is this Gary?
It is.
Hey, Gary, my name is Johnny. I actually got your number from Sandy. She passed along. I'm her partner out here in California. And she wanted me to call you regarding the property on Russell Street.
Yes.
Awesome. Is now a good time to chat? I know I just kind of called randomly. Is it?
Well, I'm scheduled for a listing appointment in about 3 minutes, but
okay.
I can, I can answer a few quick questions for you.
Well, she basically reached out and just said, I honestly, and forgive me, I didn't get like the total download from her. I was asking questions and she just basically said, there's an off-market property. It's a multifamily property. She knows that I'm looking for multifamily properties and kind of gave me a little bit of a download, but that was kind of it. So,
okay. Well, Sandy was looking at another property. I'm a licensed realtor.
Okay.
She was inquiring about another property I have in Saratoga Springs listed, and it just came up that I have this 3-unit in town, and I go, I've been toying with the idea of selling it, and I've owned it for a long time. It had belonged to a family friend. I bought it from him. It's a 3-unit. It's zoned now for 2, but it was grandfathered in.
Okay.
After I bought it, I had 3 new entrances put in, electrical entrances put in. So all the electrical are, is separate.
Awesome.
All, square D breakers and whatnot. All the heats are all separate, so utilities are separate for each of the 3 apartments. Since I owned it, I've done 2 of the apartments over. The 3rd apartment, it's been cosmetically upgraded, but it still has the original clawfoot bathtub in there.
Okay.
But I've had tenants in all 3 units all the time since I've owned it. The property adjacent to it is a 2-family that sold last year for just shy of $700,000, and that was appraised by the city to be about the same as my property.
Okay.
There's off-street parking for all 3 apartments. It's a little lot, 0.08 acres altogether, but again, it's been fully rented all these years. The downside is, I've had long-term tenants and I haven't increased the rent very much over the years, just because they're nice people, and I guess I was in a lot of other things. So if they're happy, I'm happy, and there's some things that could be done to the building.
Yeah, if they're making the payments, we're good.
Yeah. I've never lost money on it, but again, if I could have been a better businessman and made a lot more money. But
yeah, but sometimes it's nice when you have tenants in there, you're not having turnover, and they're making the payments. I mean.
Exactly.
And so they're covering all the utility costs, correct?
Correct.
And Sandy mentioned that right now the 3 units. I'm assuming, are they all two ones? Is that what they are?
There's there's 2 ones, and the other one is like a 1 bedroom. I call it an efficiency. It's not that big, but it's got like 2 separate living spaces, like a kitchen living area, a tiny bedroom, and a bath.
Okay, so it's like a 1-1, but with a bigger living room, almost like a loft, not a loft, but an open den area. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's got like an open living kitchen area, so that's like a small open concept format, sort of, and then the bedroom is at the end of it's at the other end of the unit with the bathroom off the bedroom.
Okay.
So it's about 1150 square feet for each of the 2 levels, and the downstairs level is there's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath in the front of the house, and this other part is in the rear of the house, whereas the upstairs apartment is the entire 1150.
Oh, okay.
Each apartment has a porch. The upstairs apartment has two porches, a nice sitting area in the front and back up there. So, I mean, there's a lot that could be done with it.
Yeah, no, I see that. I'm looking at the pictures online. It looks nice.
Okay.
So basically, just maybe the money that we need to come in, if any, would basically just be that potentially the 3rd unit and just maybe a little bit of updating. But the other 2 units are pretty good to go, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean the downstairs front apartment, I redid that shortly after I bought it. And, you know, that could use a little updating itself at this point. You know, time goes by fast. The upstairs, definitely could use some updating. But the smaller efficiency in the back, that was done the most recently.
Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, so I mean, that number,
and then nothing needs to be done in that.
It's good to go. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. So then your number on that is right around that 700 number. Is that kind of where you're at?
No, I would say it's less than that.
Okay.
You know, because I don't, you know, and I didn't get a chance to go into the 2-unit when it was on the market, and the house next door. I know it wasn't perfect, but again, that's what it went for. I'm just trying to be realistic because I do know mine needs some updating.
Yeah, my whole thing is, you know, the obviously the number is one thing, but the problem that I'm having, and I know you know this because you're in the business and I know you've got properties and stuff. The biggest thing is just getting these things to cash flow with where rates are. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I'm not coming in like 1031. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm coming in looking to acquire something that's cash flowing, and that's creating the kind of the bottleneck for me, at least in terms of growing the portfolio. So, I mean, with a property like this, I mean, are you open to any type of seller finance on this, or is that something that you've thought about or not thought about, or any of that stuff?
Well, I haven't spent too much time thinking about it, but I guess, you know, if I was going to hold paper and get so much a month, I mean, then, well, geez, maybe I ought to just keep it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it cash flow, even at, you know, because the number that I have, and this might not be right, but the number I have is about 55 in total income on the property with the tenants that are in there. So immediately I'd go into the property losing money if I kept the tenants, and I'm sure I could raise the rents, but I probably couldn't raise them that much. And so that's what kind of creates the issue for me, is that it's immediately negative.
Yeah, and I'd have to check. I mean, that sounds. Let's see. So let's see. What did I tell her? Downstairs is 750, and then 105 at 1005, and then upstairs is 800. So it's like 25.
Yeah, it is 2555. That's where that number comes from.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about for the annual. I was thinking in annual as opposed to monthly.
Yeah. No. So that's kind of the biggest problem that I have is just trying to get it, you know, cash flowing. So.
Right. And again, I mean, they all have leases. The leases are up sort of late spring, early summer, I think. But again, you know, with people that have been in it for a while, you've got to give adequate notice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I know just from renting apartments as an agent that, you know, my rents are very low. I mean, I've got a 2 blocks over. I've got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment that's listed for $1,250. I just rented the house. Just 2 houses over from mine. I just rented a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and kind of dated, needs some updating, and that was $1,600. So yeah, I'm way under what it could be.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Okay, well, I mean, again, I want to just connect with you and see, you know, where you are at. I haven't really even run any numbers on my end. I mean, I could definitely put something together and just kind of send it your way and say, kind of, this is where I'm at. I mean, for me, it's 100% about cash flow. So if I can't get it to cash flow, it just, you know, and I know you get it, man. I'm just, that's just kind of where I'm at. So
I won't be offended. You know, just, you know, you can throw out a number and I can always say, no, I don't think so, John.
Cool. Very cool, man. Well, hey, listen, good luck at your listing appointment.